I was at Hobby Lobby today and I saw the shadow box and the little wood nativity pieces, and it gave me a brilliant idea. We're going to turn this into a light up shadow box nativity scene. So the first thing I did was I took a paper towel and I came in with the color Early American Stain and stained the shadow box and then the pieces from the nativity. I fit them inside the box just to see what would fit. And the only pieces that were working were Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus, and I thought that was just fine for this project, so that's what we're going to do. I'll set the other pieces aside for another project. So I'm just using that same paper towel, and I'm staining the barn and the nativity pieces as well. And then once I get them stained, I went in with a paintbrush just to get the hard to reach places, and then a paper towel to make sure it was not dripping. So then make sure everything is good and dry. Once it's all dry, I came in with some white paint. I'm using the color Vintage White from Folk Art. And then we're going to paint all these pieces with the white. Then we're going to give everything a nice dry and come in with a sanding block and give it a rustic look. So I'm just scuffing these up here with my sanding block. And then once we get that done, we're going to come in with our hot glue and we're going to glue it into place. It doesn't fit completely down, the barn doesn't, so you just have to lift it up a little bit. And then I had this moss. You could use any type of moss you want. Spanish moss would work just great. Raffia, anything you could think of to lay in there. And then we're going to glue some of the moss down. And then I'm just fitting that right under the barn where it was lifted up. Once I got that in, I come in with some of the Excelsior and I glued that down. Now, in hindsight, I wish I would have glued that down later on, but it worked out just fine. So then I'm going to come in with this piece of greenery that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I just stapled it all around the edging, and then I trimmed it up a bit because it was a little bit thick. Once I got that all trimmed up into my liking, I am using some of the fairy lights, and I'm just going to start to wrap them around the greenery that I stapled to the side. So I'm just weaving them in and out through the greenery there just to make it look nice. And then we're going to take that battery pack and we're just going to hide it. So we're just going to tuck it under the greenery and glue it into place. That way you can't see it. So look how pretty that's looking already. So the final part is we're just going to take Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus and some hot glue, and we're just going to go ahead and glue them in place. And that is it. This project turned out so pretty. Let me know what you think and let me know if you plan to give this one a try.